Why do people want to come and study in the US? There's so many reasons why people want to come and study in the US. For the good top 10 universities, 8 is from the US. There's also a lot of scholarship opportunity, that is financial aid for students. There's that opportunities to do research and collaborate. They also have opportunities to, you can work and study 20 hours a week, 40 hours a week, depending on whether you're in school, out of school. There are a lot of publications and a lot of job opportunities once you're done with your school, especially when you do your certain fields of studies, like maybe master's or PhD. There are some programs that can allow you to work up to 3 years, not 3 hours, up to 3 years once you've graduated, and you can also progress to other studies. Another reason is that you don't have to check whether the university will allow you to stay in the US. Actually, almost all universities gives you a visa to work and study, so you can do your 20 hours a week. And again, you also have an opportunity to apply for a job once you're done with your studies. And so there's so many reasons why a lot of people would love to study in the US. There's also a lot of, as I said, a lot of research opportunity, a lot of you to work with your professors, and there's so much opportunities. So today I'm going to share with you how to study in the US for free. Apart from the scholarship, apart from research opportunities, apart from the work opportunities, the university gives you a very amazing community of friends, or people who just want to hear a lot about you and those who also don't know much about you and your country. You also have an opportunity to educate them. Okay, it's not upon you to educate them, but you can just correct some of the things. I would hear some silly things from some of my, not in the current university, but some other places you visit. They ask you whether there is electricity where you come from and that kind of thing, because there's a lot of misconception. But what I want to emphasize is there's amazing opportunity for you to have great friends, great community, great people who just want to hear more about your country, want to hear more about your studies, who want to collaborate with you, and who want to just be there for you whenever I have amazing friends, Nadia's, Aisha, I have a team of wonderful friends, Natalie, and all that. I wouldn't want to mention all of them here, Nora and all that. So this is not a high moment, but I just want to share with you. You get to meet with amazing friends, you get to meet with amazing community, and you build on amazing network. So there's so many reasons that people would want to come and study in the US. But unfortunately, a lot of people don't know how to go about it, because education in the US is not free. It is very, very expensive for you to finance your education in the US. And I'm going to share today how to go about it. My name is Sheila Atieno Vandegraaff. I am a second year doing my second master's in international development. I'm here in the US. I'm actually doing my studies in the US as an international student, and also on full scholarship. And I also share with you how to go about it. Another thing also worth noting is that I came with my daughter. So, it's just amazing that the environment gives you an opportunity to come with your family. I'm on full scholarship, and I also run a non-profit organization. So it's a whole package that I'm really enjoying the process. I'm really enjoying my time here in the US. So how can you study for free in the US? So many people think that it's a hoax, that you cannot study in the US for free. For sure, my life is a story of, I got an opportunity to get scholarship, and right now I'm studying for free, which I'm very grateful for the people who made these opportunities. I'm grateful as a C fellow, and I'm going to share with you how to go about it. One, how to study in the US for free is one, take advantage of free application. So I've shared in a lot of my videos. If you haven't, please check. I've shared a lot, more than 20 universities that I've shared so far, that gives international students and also gives students free application, so you don't have to pay to apply. I remember when I was doing my application to come, I applied to 4 universities, and in all those 4 universities I had to pay. There are some that were 30, some were 40, some were, you know, so the prices could go even as high as 100, and this is a limiting factor. It can limit a lot of really, really good students from applying to these universities. So take advantage of free application. This free application is, you know, it's available online. No one, you don't have to know no one for them to give you free application. You just go online, or you watch my videos, because I post so many videos. There's even one that I posted a week ago that you can take advantage, whether you want to do undergraduate, whether you want to do your masters, whether you want to come in as a high school, you know, from high school. There is free application, and especially what I've discovered in the month of November, a lot of universities in the US have a application fee waiver. Okay, for a whole month you can apply for free. So guys, don't come to me later on after the month, as you know, like it's now in December, and you're like, oh, you lied in the video. Watch the video. Watch the deadline, please. You cannot wait forever. You watch and you apply within that month or within the deadlines, because they set the deadline there, and all my videos have the application links, and they're linked to the university. So as I share, you can apply for free. It's not a lie, it is true. People are applying for free. I can share with you screenshots and emails where people are just grateful that I shared this opportunity with them. I didn't know. If I knew those free application, I could have taken advantage of that. And this free application, they're not just for a particular university that maybe that university is not performing well and they're attracting students. No. This free application is to enable students from different background, diverse background, to apply so that they have inclusivity. A lot of students don't apply because they find the cost is high, and then the university wants to get more students who are from diverse background, and this is a way of encouraging people to apply, and also to support people who are not in a position to get these monies. It is not cheap to get, especially if you have to convert it from your own currency and then convert it to your, you know, from your currency to American dollar. Oh my goodness, you can scream your heart out, and then the tax and all that, it's very, very expensive. So guys, take advantage of the free application month. Take advantage of the free application. There are still universities, even up to today, that are offering free application. Take advantage of that. You don't need to know no one for you to get those free application code. You don't need to know no one for you to get those free application university. You don't need to even, you know. And another tip, another tip also to tell you, is that you can apply to as many universities. You don't have to apply to just one university. So long as you just list those universities that have free application, check on your program. Check on your program requirements. Do they require you to have GRE, GMAT? What exactly do they require? And that's what you stick to it and apply. And if they don't, if for example, maybe you didn't get more information about it, please feel free to reach out to the admission office and tell them, I'm having difficulties applying, and you've stated very well in the website, and you can put the links that I've shared. You stated very well in the website, this is the code, it's free to apply. What could I be doing wrong? You know, so when you reach out to them, they will definitely help you. If they don't, reach out to them on email, on Facebook. Just keep on. I mean, this is your life. You want to have studies, you want to learn, study here in the US, you want to learn, you want to engage. I mean, why give up? So take advantage of that free application. So you've got an application for free. If you apply, I encourage people to apply at least to 5 universities so that you can have leverage. You can have a selection. You can decide to go with one university. You weigh your options. What I'm trying to share is that you can have options when you apply to different universities and more than one university. I encourage you to that. So what's the other way of studying in the US for free? How do you study in the US for free? As I shared, I'm on full scholarship. I'm I wanted to say a different fellowship. I'm a C fellow, and I'm very grateful that the university offered me this fellowship. I am so grateful for the people who offered to have such scholarship, because if I didn't get an opportunity to have this scholarship, I would not have afforded. I mean, one unit, one class, I think it's over $5,000, actually almost $6,000. Just one class per quarter, per every 3 months, you pay one class over $5,000, 6,000 actually. So if I was not a C fellow, I don't think I would have. It was going to be very expensive for me to do this study. It was going to be very expensive for me to be part of this, to be a student here. So I am so grateful that I managed to be a C fellow and that I'm in that scholarship. And this scholarship has supported so many students. I'm super grateful. So take advantage. Another way to study in the US is to take advantage of free scholarship. Of scholarship, not free scholarship, of scholarship. Apply to go to the university, go to their website, check on the financial aid, check on the scholarship. I know many people are telling me it's very competitive. At the same time, as many people stay away from applying for this scholarship, some of this scholarship, no one applies to them. And then, you know, why don't you try? You get rejected, try, get accepted. And I mean, so you just try. And I always say there's no harm in trying. When you try, that's when you say, okay, maybe I did something wrong on this, I can improve on it on the, so you can evaluate yourself and see where to improve. There's so many ways you can get scholarship. You can get scholarship through the university, that's the internal scholarship. Go to the website, check on the scholarship. Email the admissions office and ask them, or your program, ask them if they have any scholarship opportunity for you, for your program. Your program, also check on your program scholarship if they have scholarship, because there are always scholarships. Sometimes it's not shared out there. Sometimes a professor has a certain fund or whatever. So just reach out to the school and ask them, I'm from this country, I'm from this, I'm going through this challenge and all that. And I know where I come from. Like, I come from Africa. We don't like to share our problems. We want to die with our problems. We feel like if you share, people will look down upon you or something like that. Please don't. People don't care. People don't care, just share. I mean, so what? If you're going through problems, share, because when you share, people will see how to help you. I used to have that, and I still have it. I don't like sharing my problems, so you end up dying with your problems while there's a solution just next door. Okay, so just share with them and tell them, I'd really love to get to this school, especially if they don't. What I realize is that majority of university, when they accept you, they'll give you a certain level of scholarship. Majority of them, so you'll get a certain level of scholarship. So if you don't, ask them through email. If they give you a certain scholarship, reach out to them and request them for more. Yeah, there's no harm in trying, guys. I'm just telling you how to survive, how to study for free, because there's some awesome people, awesome organization, awesome individuals who set aside money to support needy people, needy students, people who are really in, and you're gonna, there's a way you pay back through, paying forward. You have to pay forward. So you don't just get this scholarship and you don't pay forward. Just learn how to pay forward. But at the moment, if you're not in a position to afford, apply to those scholarships. I mean, there's no harm in applying. So institutional scholarship from the university, there's also from department. I know when I first applied, I got the Dean Scholarship. So most universities also have Dean Scholarship, have variety of scholarships. So take advantage of that, There's also another scholarship that you can take advantage of is the external scholarship. So I know in the US we have various scholarships. I know people who are sharing. I'm forgetting the names of the scholarship, guys. I'm sorry. I will share as we go by. So there are external scholarship. I know there's Ford Foundation scholarship. Just go on the Google and check on scholarship to study in the US. there's going to be a list of scholarship, and you check on the deadline, you check on the requirement. I know my friend, because I got a full scholarship, I know my friend who didn't get full scholarship, but she went online, searched on those scholarships, and she was able to get those scholarships. So check on external scholarship that you can explore, you know, that you can apply to. And guys, don't be tired on this, you know, making this application. It's not easy, it's not simple, it's very confusing. I can help, but I can help to a level, you know, but it needs your commitment. You have to start, you have to apply, you have to make all those corrections. It's not easy to apply for this scholarship, but it is worth it. It's worth it. I can tell you, it's super worth it, because now I don't have stress to apply to, you know, to pay for my fees. I could not have afforded. It was going to be very expensive for me to afford to pay my school fees. So that's external scholarship. Another thing that you can, so that's external scholarship, and you can also get it on rolling base, like before you come to the US, and even once you come to the US, you can still apply for more scholarship. So it doesn't end. You can continue the scholarships for women, the scholarships for mother, the scholarships for students in STEM, the scholarship for, you know, variety, your programs, the scholarship for sports. There's so many ways to apply to be in to study for free in the US. So take advantage of the scholarship opportunities. Another thing I want to note is that here in the US, most if you want to study, so masters and PhD have higher chance of getting scholarship, but I'm not telling anyone who wants to apply for their bachelor's here in the US not to apply for scholarship, but bachelor's and masters have a higher chance. Then another thing that I wanted to share is if you are applying for a PhD, 90% of the universities will pay for your tuition. 90% of universities here in the US will pay for your tuition, so you'll not pay for tuition, you know, for you to do your PhD. That's wonderful. I didn't know about that. So you'll make your application, have a topic in place, and just apply. So 90%, I know where I come from, you have to pay for you to do your PhD and all that. So here it's most of the universities will pay for you'll get 90% of university paying for your tuition fee. You'll also get to do research with wonderful professors, have publications and all that. So take advantage of that. Then another thing that how to study for free is if you are in sports. So we have athletic education. If you are in sport, maybe back in your country, you are in athletics, you're in athletics. I know of my Kenyan brothers and sisters who are into sport, running and all that. There are schools who are just dedicated, especially if you're from high school coming to bachelor's and all that. Apply through your sports talents if you are very talented in that. I've seen a lot of organizations, a lot of universities who are giving students scholarship based on their talent, because you're adding value to the university based on your talent, based on your, you know, you can play basketball, you can, some people think that, you know, if you're not talented, if your talent is not recognized in the you're not in the US, then you cannot get those scholarships. No, you can get those scholarships. So whether you're running, I remember when I was coming to the US, I came with a very nice young lady who became the family hosted us for some few days as we are trying to figure out our home situation, and she was coming in on an athletic scholarship, which is really, really good. So I really encourage you to explore that. The sports scholarship, maybe you're playing basketball, volleyball, swimming, whichever sport you're doing, use that and request the university, request the department for scholarship, because you're bringing in value and they're also getting in value from you, and you are complementing each other. So take advantage of that and apply. There are also individuals that are really, really great at sponsoring needy students. So reach out to a sponsor. You can search online, or you can search, or you know, you can also do a fundraiser, you know, but I will encourage you to reach out to a sponsor who are really amazing. I know people who've reached out to sponsors and they've sponsored their education throughout. So if you really want to like do your studies, don't let that not stop you. Let your financial background not stop you. I know of students who are studying in the US right now who are sponsored, individually sponsored. So reach out to a sponsor to sponsor your studies. Reach out to your friends and family who can support your travel, not your travel, who can support your education, because they believe in you. Because I know many people will always give up, especially once you've gotten admitted and you start stressing yourself. How do I go about it? Where should I start? Sponsor is another way to go about it. Another thing that I want to share, it's not studying for free, but you get an option to study and pay later. So you can explore also an option of getting a loan. I'll share the link. So there's so many organizations that are willing to give loans to international students, and you negotiate a payment period that's like almost 12. I know of my friend who's gotten a loan and he has 12 years to pay back. So that you get the education, you get the awesome education, and then after getting that awesome education, you get an opportunity to work. As I said, here in the US, you can you can have an option to, under certain conditions, you can work for up to 3 years. And I know the amount they're giving you within those 3 years, you should be even in a position to have cleared. So don't dim your light because you've not gotten scholarship, or because you don't have the money, or you don't, you're from a very financially challenged background, and you just say, okay, you'll never be able to study abroad. I don't want you to feel that way. You can also come get student loan and pay it, and over a period of 12 years, I know what he has to pay every month is like less than $300, and because you can work 20 hours a week. And like I shared in my previous video, I'm allowed to work 20 hours a week, and all international students are allowed to work 20 hours a week. And in my state, they pay you $15 an hour. Okay, depending on different states, it varies from one state to the other, and also the cost of living and all those things. I don't want to go to the why some states are higher, some are lower, but for us it's $15 an hour. You are in a position to at least work out a formula and be able to pay that back. So guys, don't stress yourself that you don't have money and you're not in a position to study. You can study here for free through the various methods I've mentioned, apart from the last one that is through loan. But still, you can, once you get your education, you get a good job, you are able to pay for that. You're able to pay back that amount. So guys, that's it for me today. Please subscribe to my channel, share the love by liking, sharing this content, leave a comment, share other ways you can study for free on the comments, and also share with me any topic you want me to cover. Especially, I do content on education, opportunities, impact, study abroad, visa, application process, and anything that will be able to touch just that one life. I'm on a mission to impact the world. So if I can just touch one life, I'm a happy soul. So thank you so much, and be blessed.